I'm well, and it's just after 6 a.m. here, hence
Oh,
why
wow.
it's a little dark in the studio.
Yes, very early.
How are
William's
you, mate?
here.
Hey, Danny.
Hi, William.
I'm in Oklahoma today. So,
Oklahoma.
Jeff Panzer, your manager, told me that you were talking to your home country today
Yes, yes.
in Australia.
Right.
So I just wanted to compliment you on your great talent and thank you for all you did to help me get my song that I wrote put onto tape, and you helped me sing it too. And so thank you for that. And you're one of the most talented people that I know. You're multi-talented, multifaceted, and thank you for all of that. And the Oak Ridge Boys, you played on our new video with Elvira, and so thank you for that too. You've been so gracious with your time and your talent here in Nashville when you visited, and but I'm out on the road with the Oak Ridge Boys this weekend. We're in Kansas yesterday, Oklahoma today, Texas tomorrow, then back up to Kansas Sunday. Then we get to go back to Nashville on Monday. So I just wanted to crash your party here and thank you for all you've done to help me. And,
well, thank you.
And the Oak Ridge Boys.
What an honor.
William. Absolute honor for everyone here. Look, I'm so happy that you did crash the party.
Yeah.
I was going to. I was looking at playing an overlay clip of an amazing interview a couple of days ago by podcast sister coming out of Ohio, and I looked at it. Couldn't upload couldn't work out. Couldn't get the file in there. So we decided to go away from that. But this is even better. This is 1,000 times better. You in person. This has been a massive surprise, and thank you very much for joining us. This makes everything complete.
Thank you for the kind words, William. They're really beautiful words you just said, and I really had fun doing the last 3 days of press with you as well. That we had a lot of interviews the last 3 days, Nigel.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, you were saying yesterday, Danny, busy girl.
Yeah, both of us.
The campaign, I guess you'd call it that, the campaign road is always a busy one. And with such a well-established legend in country music involved, it would be no less hectic.
Right.
Well, this is the first song that I've ever written, and Danny helped me put it all together. I didn't have the music for it, but I did have the words and the melodies, and but she helped me put it together. She did the soundtrack for it and sang with me on it, and I'm overwhelmed at her generosity with her extremely great talent.
Yes, William, that's like yesterday we were talking to Jeff Panzer on a live Discord on X and a live space on X, and Jeff was explaining that you put this song down and then Danny played a few bars, but I'll let her explain that herself a bit later, but played a few bars and you heard that and you gave Jeff a ring or something and said that this girl's got to be in this song, got to be in this video, in this release.
Yeah, Daddy has written over 300 songs, and this is my first song. And it was Jeff Panzer's idea for her to help me put the music track to it, and I'm so glad that he did because she brought my song to life. She brought the tempo up a little, and just helped me straighten out some words that I had and repeat some important lines in the song. And she was a great asset to it, and it's just so much better with what she helped me do with the song.
Yeah, well, I can imagine amazing contribution is someone who is well experienced in songwriting, that's for sure. And I can vouch for that because my late father is Jim Wesley, one of the most famous country songwriters in this country. So yeah, I can vouch for that 100%. Words are important, and the way they're put together is extremely important.
Well, I'm not wanting to crash the party.
Just got to say,
what I
magic.
But I just wanted to reach out and thank Danni publicly for her great talent and for her sharing that talent with me and with the Oak Ridge Boys recently. And but it's been such a joy to know someone that's so positive, so talented, and she's multi-talented. And it's just Nashville sees a lot of talented people, but Danni, she shines just a little brighter. And so it's been a joy to get to know her.
Yep, this is going to be such an exciting release. I mean, I just can't wait for this release, and just such a dynamic combination, such a dynamic duo. You know, without using someone else's phrase from the 1950s, such a dynamic duo, and I'm just so excited for where this might lead as well in the future. But let's look at this release, because this is history in the making, and you know, I'm super excited. Australia is super excited. The rest of the world, I imagine, is just as excited as we are. And just to have you guys together, you know, in the same space, let alone in a creative environment, is just a privilege to everyone.
Amazing.
Well, Danni came to my home, and after she had put the soundtrack together, she took my song and put it to music to it, to a soundtrack, and she brought it there and set her little recorder and computer up in our piano room, and she brought her microphone and set it up, and we started singing, and she already had done all the hard work. I had written the song maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I guess, and it was a weekend that I was lonely and missing my youngest son, and I've been divorced 3 times, been married 4, and it was after the divorce that my third wife Brenda moved to Austin, Texas, and it's like at least 15 hours from Nashville if you drive it, but it kind of, and she took my youngest son, and it kind of pulled him apart from me, and it's been heart-wrenching to try to communicate that distance. But I was sad on a weekend and wrote a song about that, wanting to give him something to have in the future that he might appreciate, or I wanted him to know how I feel. And I used his words as the title of the song. He used to call my phone. I'd be on the road with the Oak Ridge Boys 150 days a year, and sometimes I'd get off stage, go back and check my messages on my phone, and it would be a message from Solomon. Solomon would say, "Hey, Dad, this is Solomon. I got my heart on you." And that was such a sweet, precious saying. You know, he was saying, "I love you" in a little different way. And it's, as a singer, and it's words that sometimes touch us in different ways. And his way of saying that became our communication, even with him, because when I'd leave to go back on the road, I'd give him a hug and get a hug from him, and tell him, "Solomon, and I've got to go, and for how long I'll be gone, and then I'll be back." And I said, "I just want you to know I love you, and I got my heart on you." So I used his words to share my love with him too. And it was, anyhow, it's things that we did together in this song, traveling together, traveling to Europe, traveling to the Virgin Islands when I'm not singing, you know, and we would get 2 vacations a year, a couple of weeks, and we'd get a vacation in January in the winter time, and then get a vacation in the summer, and usually June. And we would, I'd take my wife and son to Europe to visit, see Paris, London, and those places. And Then that would be in the summer. Then in the winter, we would take off to St. John in the U.S. Virgin Islands, down south, and spend 10 days down there with the family. We'd rent a home. Wow. And
yeah, nice.
So we had a lot of memories. I wanted to share all I could with Solomon while I could, because I'm certainly not a young guy. And I got 4 sons, and I lost one earlier back in the summer, and it's a tragedy that a father's never prepared for. But
may I just give my condolences there to William, please?
That's a whole different story. But I'm here because of Danny and all the things that she's done for us and for me and the Oak Ridge boys. And she shared her time
and for Australia as well.
And
Australia is just so proud of Danny. Yeah. Thank you so much, William. Australia
Thank you, William.
So proud of me as well.
Okay. And I will let y'all go. And thank you for letting me crash your party.
I'm so happy.
Thank you for coming by.
You've so far made the party.
And I can't wait for Nashville. Enjoy the rest of your tour. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
22nd or 23rd.
Yeah, I will. Thanks, William.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks for dropping by.
Appreciate
Bye.
you. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for the kind words.
All right, so that was William Lee Golden in person.
Yep.
And I just, with your camera there, Danny,
yes.
I'm just seeing your chin and your lovely smile, but I'm not seeing your eyes. So I'm not sure whether you're seeing that same view. I can see your eyes slightly now. So,
oh, you can? You want me to go back a little bit? Is that better? Want me to turn it this way?
Or you'll just bring the camera.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's better. We can see more of you now.
Yeah, there we go.
It was okay, like when, although it was good seeing your expression, it's always good seeing your eyes as well while William was talking. That was a major surprise. That's just blown me completely away. I was almost going to say to the great Jeff Panzer this morning or yesterday that I was going to play an overlay clip like I mentioned to William earlier and about what he just said, basically.
Yeah.
How that.
Well, there we go.
And the title of the song actually came about, and the words involved before you guys eloquently put them together over time, and how that happened. But I was going to play that, but it's even better, obviously, him arriving here.
Of course.
And I was going to suggest, you know what would be better if we actually had him in person. But
exactly.
Of course I wasn't game, with Jeff with so many projects on everything like that. So busy, and everyone's so busy, including William.
Yeah, he's on tour. I know, right? He's always on tour, and it's hard to get us all in one place.
Possibly ask that question. I mean, you guys I'd like to reiterate on a couple of things that you mentioned yesterday on the Discord on X Live Space yesterday to me. And thank you again for joining that yesterday. That was great. It was nice
thank you, and thank you for having me.
And sorry about the short notice on that as well.
It's all good.
You did extremely well considering you were out doing personal stuff at the time.
Yeah, so, I was at the shops.
Now that's a good segue into what I'm getting at here. It's just basically what your last week been like. I mean, I know you mentioned a New York, particularly a New York interview, but the amount of interviews you've had this week. Just give us a quick rundown on your busy schedule this week, as far as just a few of the interviews around the country.
Yeah. William and I have the same publicist, so we had over nearly 30 interviews of the last 3 days, and all the way from Ohio, Texas, Nashville, New York. I think there was some in California. We had all over the country interviews, podcasts, radio stations, television shows. A highlight was Borderline Crossing Voices of America, that goes out to all the servicemen and heroes that fight for our country. out here in America, and that goes out to 1 million people. And we just had a interview with them. I'm not sure when that goes to air, but I don't know if it was live or not. But and it was a really, like, I started at about 9 a.m. on one day, and we went all the way through to about 9 at night or something, with interviews every 15 minutes, and different stations. And I had my coffee and my fruit salad and my potato chips on deck, so I could keep the energy up, you know. And
I bet.
yeah, it was William and I, and then on the third day he had to get on the bus to go tour, so I finished one of the last interviews, and then it's going to start back up when we go to Nashville and do some in-person TV interviews together. So I just got to learn another gospel song that we may be playing together before my trip to Nashville, but I pretty much packed. I'm ready to go for next week.
Yeah, sorry to talk over you there,
oh, no.
Danni. And of course, every interview that you do, I mean, you're still an up and you've accomplished so much in this country, in Australia, and you're knocking bucket lists off and goals off overseas every single week, you know. But this, you know, we all learn every single day, and just gaining that experience, that valuable experience in those press conferences leading up to releases is an important factor. Just gaining experience every time you go out there, no matter how hard that day is, I guess, and how long that day is. I guess it's valuable. It would be.
It is.
It is. Sorry, not I guess it would be. It is valuable, no doubt, in everything that you do pre-release, as far as the press and the media goes.
Yeah, because every interview is different. Yeah, every host is different. So every time I went into a different one, I was learning so much, and every presenter has a different personality and a different format of their show. So it kind of kept me on my toes.
Yes, and so it should, like, not keep you on toes, but so it should have a different, slightly different variation from each interview, and that's good. That's a great thing to, not only for the viewers, but of course for you, for experience, and just being able to sort of adapt and go with the flow on each and every type of interview on the same subject, but every variation of that. Now, just coming up to the 27th, so very exciting time, I imagine. So coming up to the 27th, obviously an exhausting time that you've just mentioned, but a very exciting time. How are you feeling about the upcoming release? Are you feeling nice and confident about it?
Yeah, the single drops on the 27th of September. We pushed it back. It was originally going to be August the 27th, but I'm glad we have pushed it back, because it allowed us to give the song some press and talk about it on interviews like this one. And it's going to be really fun, because that will be the week that I'm in Nashville, and very excited for what is ahead of us. And this song is such a beautiful song. I hope that Solomon's son loves it. Sorry, not Solomon's son, William's son, Solomon, loves it. And
he's 23 now. I was reading. He's 23 years of age now, and just to reiterate on what William was saying, and like I said, we were going to play an overlay, but we couldn't get it in. But it was better in person anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Story, the origin of the song, and William was just 5 to 6 years old. I was informed that he was between 5 6 years old when this saying, this you know, the title of the song, was something that they say between them as a personal thing. And
I love that.
It's just got, you know, every great song, I think, has a great story behind it, and
that's true.
This one is just, it tugs at my heart, and if it tugs at my heart, I'm an old boy with pretty old school, and I'm, you know, not much really phases me or tugs at my heart, but that and also the airing it out to obviously the forces,
Yes.
the armed forces as well, who protect us all.
Right.
So that all, they dedicate their life for us. So anything that we can give back is just incredibly.
Or the local heroes. That's right.
Yeah, local heroes, exactly right. So
yeah,
no, look, this is it's an incredible story. Like I said, he's 23 years old now. From my information, she's 23 years old now. So yes, it'll be interesting to see his reaction as well. But I'm sure he'll love it.
I think he's played it for him, and I think he did. Yeah, I think William's shown Solomon, but the video's not out yet either, so I can't wait because it's got collages of his son throughout the video, which is really beautiful.
Oh, nice, very nice.
The music video,
Graphics involved in that, and I know Jeff and his crew are extremely professional and so experienced with so many other, so many other accomplishments.
That's for sure. I'm still shocked by William popping in today.
I'm blown away. It's going to take me about an hour after this to come to terms with that. Come to terms with the amazing, surprise guest. So look, we're going to re-edit this and put it out on this week's Music Zone podcast. So,
oh, great! And I hope everyone in Australia enjoys the song and the duet and all that's ahead for any country music fans out there in Australia. I'm sure you'll love this song.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I'm sure we all will. I'm a country music fan here in Australia, but
right.
On behalf of the rest of us, I'm sure we all will. And
fantastic!
It's an incredible achievements, a list of achievements. And you've got you still got you're the reigning Josie. And for those that don't know, before I go into this, people who don't know what the Josie Awards is all about, it's an award for independent musical artists in the United States, and Danni is the reigning. I was going to say champion, but that's more of a sporting term. You're the current vocalist of the year until
female vocalist, exactly.
And you've got
it was at the Opry. Got held at the Opry.
And the Opry, I think this year, Opry, the Grand Opry, and that's just incredible as well. So that's and I think was it 2016 the last time that was held at the Grand Ole Opry, something like that.
Last year, 2023, I actually got my award. Oh, I got my award there. There goes my earphones. And then this year they're doing it again at the Opry, I believe, the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville. And this year, I think I'm nominated for Female Guitarist of the Year and a couple of others. I think Music Video or Song of the Year, or I can't remember the exact categories, but definitely Musician of the Year. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that, because
Thank you.
We're all behind you here down under it. I really feel like this is the year that you'll really break out into further categories and more success.
That would be epic. Especially since I'm out there. I can't wait.
The current songwriter, independent awards, current vocalist of the year, Danni Stefanetti. That sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds great from Australia. That sounds excellent.
It's an honour to be acknowledged like that at such a iconic
well, you should be.
Place. Thank you.
So yet to release a new single, which you released not long after we released the video, and the interview video, and an amazing video that went along with that. Just tell us a little bit more about that.
Was that The Timing Was On?
That's The Timing Was On.
Yeah, that was released on Valentine's Day of this year, and the video was set in New York City, even though I filmed it in California. And it's in the middle of Times Square, and it's about how if two people were off by just a second, they would have never met. And that's why it's called The Timing Was On. And it was a song I wrote in 2022, but produced it in 2023 as part of Danny's Diamonds with a lush orchestrated production, and something I'm really proud of. And the music video was executive produced and directed by Jeffrey Panzer, and edited by Evan B. Stone. And we had such a fun time getting that video edited, and I can't wait for people to see it. It's on YouTube right now, actually.
Yeah, it's a fantastic video and an amazing song yet again from you. I mean, you know, or you should know that I'm a fan of your work all the way through.
Thank you.
And you're very welcome. And I you know, the amount of experience that you must have gained through your childhood with your upbringing in WA, in Perth. And playing around, just that was a great, I mean, it's a great story about you playing around in the, you know,
all the local pubs, and we used to play all the local pubs, so all the way from Perth, Fremantle, Bunbury, Rockingham, all the way, Kalgoorlie.
Yeah, and you were saying that some of those places you'd get no people. At the barman there, and then other places would be packed.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, so you used to rolling with.
Well, some late nights at the bar. I wasn't at the bar. I was singing to the people at the bar, but there was some pretty late nights. So like, it would get really rowdy. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here before it gets dangerous.
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing. I love that little piece of the interview that we went through, and of course you're good friends there with the experience with you know, looking at camera A, looking at camera B, and things like that.
Oh, the couch.
Excellent. And that's right. You wrote it. They rang you up, or they contacted you. Fred contacted you and asked you if you could update the jingle. So
exactly.
That was awesome. So you don't want to give us a couple of bars of that again, do you? That was an amazing thing.
It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from Fred's house. It's showtime on the couch. That one.
Excellent.
But awesome. I think they're using You Got Me Thinking of You now. I think they're using You Got Me Thinking of You as the jingle.
Yeah. I'm absolutely in awe of everything that you've not only achieved, but what you are achieving week by in your amazing journey in music. And
thank you, Nigel.
And look, I know that you're destined for great things, and in a duet with the great and legendary country singer William Lee Golden is just I think it's just a
unbelievable.
Magic. It's a magic, like I said before, dynamic duo, but a magic combination, and I really I wish you all the best with it, and I can really see that combination you know, flourishing over time. But let's wait for the exciting release to come out, and then
yes.
You know, everyone make up their minds from that. But I'm sure it will be positive for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, thank you so much for all your encouragement.
Is there anything you'd like to say back to your family or to Australia in general at the moment?
I like to thank my friends and family and everybody in Australia that has been following my journey and my music, for your continued support, and like a Perth girl like me to be able to stay in America and do what I love and do music. I'm very lucky and blessed, and I hope you're hearing my music down in Australia, and the other girls that want to play music and play guitar and be songwriters. I hope you look up to what I'm doing and know that you're not alone. I'm trying to do it too out here. So thank you to all my koalas for supporting me.
Well said. I think you're a fantastic ambassador for this country. So it's a real privilege to even know you, let alone be able to speak to you in you know, on a professional level.
Well, I'm lucky to have that support, and I'm lucky to be one of the lucky few that get to do something like this in Nashville. So I take it I take it to heart that I am blessed and that I'm just taking it day by day and enjoying these moments.
Mm.
Yeah.
And so you should. Just coming back to the Grand Ole Opry and some of the amazing artists that have performed there over the years, that are household names, of course, in Australia, around the world, not just in Australia, of course, all the world. And one of them in particular is a favourite of yours, I hear, and that's Dolly Parton.
Yes, I love Dolly Parton, the queen of country music, the princess of country music. And my grandmother got me onto Dolly and Reba McEntire when I was a very, very little girl. Even before I picked up the guitar, I heard of Dolly Parton.
It's just the Grand Ole Opry is like the starting point, also the revisiting point for a lot of major bands and artists over the years, with the list, Metallica right through to, like we said, the Dolly Parton. Or Dolly Parton should be the top, actually, and right through to But yeah, the list of acts, performers, bands, and artists and singers.
Everyone in country music has played there, and the Oak Ridge Boys are Grand Ole Opry members. So William is very, very loved by the Opry, and the William Lee Golden and the Goldens actually quite regularly get to perform at the Opry.
That illustrates, I think, exactly who the Oak Ridge Boys are, and to have that happen regularly.
And everybody's singing along to their lyrics. This single with William, it's been a really amazing collaboration. To produce the track and co-produce it with Jeffrey Panzer, and then when I put down their elements of pedal steel and strings, acoustic electric guitars that I played, bass, put some drum brushes down, and there's actually a little bit of strings going on in there too. So it's a really lush production, complemented by the video that we actually filmed at the Golden Era, which is William's music room there with the grand piano, and Adam Wagner came and brought his video camera and shot us on one of our final takes of the video. I had a gold top PRS I was playing in the video, and so everybody will be able to hear that very soon. And I think it's been premiered by a TV or magazine network, which will release soon as well.
Okay, all right. So that information is obviously going to be something that's coming out in the press in the coming days.
Exactly.
Sorry?
I think he was talking to us all the way from on the road. Yeah, it looked like he was in his tour bus. Yeah, because he wears those sunglasses and the bandana when he's on the road.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. I do that after a heavy night on the drink, on the grog. But,
okay.
Not days are behind me, so thank goodness. Wouldn't have made it this far if they were. So look, speaking of spaces and things like that, the acoustics in William's place must be pretty fantastic, because the little snippets that I have heard, the acoustics are amazing.
I recorded all of the music here in my home studio out here in Palm Springs, but I recorded his vocals and harmonies out there in Nashville in his music room. So I brought my laptop and my interface and microphone and that, and I recorded his vocals over there.
Music room. Okay, so it's a dedicated music room.
Yeah, it's where I think his band rehearse, the Goldens, and that's where I originally played him the music for it, acoustically on the guitar, and that went on ABC with Sandy Kenyon. And then, but I did the actual audio that built the track with the drums, the guitars, and that back here in Palm Springs.
Nice.
I can't see you. I've lost you, Nigel. Are you there? We've lost him. Hello, everybody. I guess that's a wrap. I hope you've enjoyed the interview today on Wesley Media Hub, and we'll catch you at the next one.